Lodging here. Today's video I wanted to showcase a little bit about, what my opinion on the game and where it's gone, where it's gonna go maybe, and just, what I think of it so far after playing it for about 8-9 days worth. I'm gonna try and do more videos like this in the future, so please, if you like it, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'd like to hear what you guys have to think, and yeah, so with that, I want to start off with the graphics. I think the graphics in this game are very good. There's some times where it may take a little while to load, doesn't look that good, but all in all, while you're playing the game, it looks really good. There's a lot of destructible stuff, which is really fun, shooting everything, and the lighting, they did a really good job on. Actually, there's global illumination, which it's kind of hard to explain exactly, but it just makes things look a lot more realistic. It really lets you get into the game, and right now it's daytime, so you can't see much of the lighting effects, but another really cool part about the graphics is the weather system. They did a really good job on that. I think when it gets to be nighttime and there's a full blizzard out, you can't really see 10 feet, 20 feet in front of you, and it's like a real blizzard. It's kind of fun that way, because even if you know the area really well, you'll find yourself still opening up the map about every 10 feet, like, oh shit, where am I? And that kind of adds to the ambiance of the game, and puts you in the mood, and puts you in the environment, and really helps. And the customization options, however, are really weak. There's not much to do in the way of customization. Everyone looks the same, as far as face, and everyone has about the same clothes. It's really hard to, make yourself different and unique from the rest of the people. I found this flannel shirt I thought was pretty cool because it matches my camo pants, and I just threw on some all white and black stuff. So I think it looks pretty cool, but there's just not much you can do, and that's kind of disappointing, because that helps to make the game a little more unique, Graphic wise, for the cutscenes, it's pretty bad. It's not very good, especially like some of the talking parts, which is, I'm gonna get into the story in just a second here, but just some of the cutscenes are, I just want to skip them right away. I don't even really want to hear it. I don't want to see it, because it's boring. And which brings me on to the story. There isn't much of a story, really. Don't get me wrong, a lot of this sounds really negative, but I really like this game, I do. I'm just pointing out the things that, just aren't that good so far, and graphic-wise, it's great so far. Just the cutscenes don't really hit the mark. They're almost PS3 style, They're kind of not up to par for the new gen system. The story wasn't compelling at all. The voice acting is so-so, especially Fei Lau and Jessica Kendall. I'm sure a lot of you have probably agree with me on this one, that you could do without their banter. Some of the stuff they say is pretty ridiculous, and it just kind of takes away from the whole real environment kind of feel, Most of the story was just kind of but I think the last echo, which, a lot of the story is actually from picking up the echoes, finding the phone recordings, and the last echo you find, which is the end of the story mission, after the end of the story mission, is actually really cool. I think if they did a lot more like that, I think the game would have been, you know, a step up on the story. I think that would have helped a lot because, yeah, it's just not very compelling. It's kind of boring story. So, next up is the gameplay. Gameplay is really good when it works. There's a lot of things in the division that can keep the gameplay from working the way you might like. One of them is connections, especially in the dark zone when you're trying to fight other players. That's just it can be really frustrating. It seems like sometimes you might shoot them a couple times and it doesn't register. Then they turn around and just blow you away like nothing, And then I think that's partly to do with the connection, lag issues. So there's many glitches in the game. It's basically a broken game, and they're always trying to fix it, but there's, especially in the dark zone, there's a lot of people that use glitches, cheats, whatever you want to call it, to get the upper hand, and in that case, that can be frustrating sometimes if you don't do the same. So there's things that need to change in that respect, just because it's so broken. People just take advantage of it, which they are trying to do stuff about it, ban people, which I don't think is the right way to do it. It's not anyone's fault to play the game. There's no reason to ban anyone. It's just the developers need to find these bugs before they release the content, is what I think. So, without those issues, the dark zone is really fun. The missions are really fun, especially when you get a good group of people together to do a challenging mission. That can be really rewarding. Dark zone, it was cool for a while, because it was different, new, unique, and after a while, it's gotten pretty stale. I find myself going in there and just going on a circle route where there's bosses and chests, and I just go pick up that stuff and then go extract, and then go in a circle again, and then go extract, and it gets a little tedious, a little old. So as far as the future DLCs, and the newest incursion update, that was kind of, if they're trying to say that was compared to a raid, like as in Destiny, that's just, it didn't hit the mark at all. It's a wave-based horde mode, and that's all it is. And in fact, it can be fun if you have a good group, but it's hard to get a good group together, and which is why so many people ended up glitching the incursion, is just because it actually isn't that much fun, because when you have a shotgunner that can one-shot the entire team from sniper distance, it's kind of it gets kind of old, and especially if you try to do it on challenging, it's crazy. I mean, you have to be really good at this game and have good gear to even consider going in, and that's just, I like a challenge, don't get me wrong, but that's just too much, So in my eyes, the update, it was good. It had a lot of good stuff, but if that's a little taste of where they're taking the game, I don't see myself buying the DLC, the season pass, or anything like that. I'm gonna have to wait and see what they bring, because I don't see myself playing the game in a month or two, honestly. So. But all in all, I think the game is really good. I think I'd have to give it between a 7 and an 8, maybe probably a 7.5, because there's a lot of great things going for it, but it's pretty broken, and the end game can get a little stale. So, that's pretty much it. So, just wanted to see what you guys have to say. Any comments, please comment below, and like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. I'll try to do more in the future. Thanks so much. Peace.